Meek Mill was doing an Ask Me Q&A on his Twitter leading up to the release of his new mixtape Flamers 5, which was not going to be dropped on major streaming platforms for multiple reasons, one major one being he used beats from popular current songs. It's a classic type of mixtape. But when Meek sent this out, he wouldn't just stop at that statement. Keep in mind that Meek Mill is a veteran in the game, with over 10 years being one of the hottest rappers of the 2010s, consistently. So for him to be receiving 13 cents on the dollar is not incredibly low, but it is at least a couple cents lower than what it should be, and those add up when you're selling millions of records, which he has been. Meek would go on to give detail to his earnings in the music industry. Ask Meek, I made $11 million in 10 years from music, just music payments. I was shocked, mad, and didn't want to really rap for any label. Now I got a real point to prove to show you can survive without getting rapped. This sounds like a lot of money, but when you consider the amount of money that Meek Mill's music has generated, just in actual raw album and single sales, to them putting his stuff on streaming services after, it could be 10x the amount that he saw. It's understandable he would be upset, although one of the questions I would have for Meek Mill is if he was under a 360 contract, because they're the standard contracts now. But I'm not sure if they were when Meek Mill first signed, which means if he wasn't in a 360 contract, he would have been able to keep all the proceeds from his touring, merchandise, brand deals, and anything outside of the music sales or payments. The bad part of the deal nowadays is that's baked in. So not only are music sales still going up, but a lot of these artists are getting a piece of all of these other things outside of music taken from their deals. On a bad month, I make a M. A lot of people let me down when I got educated about my own business. And it wasn't like I'm not a learner. They mentally keep you faded from knowing. Don't give me a plaque. Give me the financial paper of how much the song I recorded for 20K made. 20 million. Not an award. I'm from the trenches. I don't want that stuff. I want an escape. I want my whole family tree to be together. One day I asked how much Going Bad made. Just that song. They said 24 million. I was like, how much did I make? All I got was, LOL. I'm like, what the hell? I know all the financials to my other businesses. LOL. I signed out, lost all trust for that whole system. I asked Drake to do that song 3 days before my album came out. I think he did for free for me. We picked it up. How the hell do I not know how much I made off a song that made that much? They gave me a plaque. Big mental trick. There's a lot to break down here. One is that we finally got the earnings for a really big song. The last time we got this was several years ago for Lil Uzi Vert's hit EXO Tour Life, which they said generated a bit over 4 million. And Lil Uzi Vert would make a little bit over 900K-ish from it. That led people to say he was getting robbed, which I don't think was too bad of a split if those were the real numbers. We just got that from third-party sources. Uzi himself never spoke on it. Going Bad, however, is the biggest song on streaming services, with nearly 1 billion streams on Spotify alone. And the fact that it generated $24 million means there are a lot of other means for collecting for a song that we don't see outside of streaming, which has always been true, but we never got some figures to it until now. Plaques are something both producers and rappers alike are happy as accomplishments. They're a trophy, a measurable metric that you can physically hold and display for your hard work. Funny enough that the artists have to pay for them too, but the plaque is just a reminder of how much the song generates. What's a platinum plaque worth if you barely made anything from the actual song? I think the biggest crime here is that Meek Mill's deal hasn't been amended, if we're to believe everything he's saying to be true, which I'm going to do for the sake of the statement. For the most part, we understand that the way the music industry operates is on advances given that must be paid back, then bigger advances given the next album if the artist is doing well. Money is supposed to be made elsewhere. That's kind of the unwritten rule. You're supposed to be talking for it, which is somewhat counterintuitive, but that's the nature of the game. What makes me think would help people more is if Meek Mill would break down his other income sources right now. Because making $1 million a week is a lot of money. There are a lot of artists in the game that have some money but don't know what to do with it. And I'm not saying he breaks down everything, but That was the most interesting piece of information for me, that entire Meek Mill Q&A. How, where, and what is the breakdown of the money Meek Mill's making right now? It's a lot more than it was when he was the most popular. Ironic. But another thing is why fans don't really care to support a rapper going through it, like other genre fans support their artists. A lot of people were saying, 11 million in 10 years? That's more than we can dream of. But we wouldn't be complaining. And that's not the point. They would be complaining if they saw how much money they were generating and the spread between that and what they were paid. In any job position, no matter how much money they're making. This just reminded me of when Taylor Swift was having an issue with her master recordings that were bought and owned by Scooter Braun, to which her fans raised hell for her, eventually leading to Taylor re-recording her old albums, putting them out, and her fans buying them and outselling the top artists releasing new music. This is another level of dedication. I can't imagine that happening with a rapper. Just looking in the mirror, I'd probably think, nah, I'm good, man. I'm just going to listen to the old and the first version that I like. Definitely not buying the new version. Good luck with that. Unless it's maybe 1 to 5 rappers that I would respect, and I feel like their music touched me past just surface level, oh, this song hit. And the reason for this, I don't think it's how big Taylor Swift is, which is very big. I think it has to do with the dynamic and relationship between fan and artist. Meek Mill, like many other rappers, show a life of luxury, of flexing, watches, diamond chains, Rolls Royce, private jets, mansions, penthouse, resorts, swimming, fine dining, meeting the richest and most famous people, yet rapping about how you don't have this, and telling you they'll take your girl from you. It breeds some resentment. Although, to give credit to Meek Mill, he's one of those rappers who drops a lot of motivational music to try and uplift people to get like him, while also mixing in the flexing and never-putting music in there too. Taylor Swift, on the other hand, or hell, even a J. Cole, so we don't have people doing the whole genre versus genre, white artist versus black artist thing.
Where's my raw rising? Hey.
Going through what Taylor Swift went through.
This guy.
I believe their fans will support them and buy the new versions of whatever albums they had to release. A quick history reference, in 2010, Lupe Fiasco had finished and was waiting to release his album, Lasers, but fans told Atlantic Records was holding it back because they wanted a commercial hit single. For 6 months, there was nothing to come out, which led fans to create a petition online demanding that Atlantic Records release the album. It got over 16,000 signatures, with tons of coverage on hip-hop blogs. It went so far as the fans showing up, about 200 of them, so not a crazy amount, to the Atlantic Records office in Midtown Manhattan, protesting outside for them to release the album. To which Leor Cohen would come out with a boombox playing some music from said album. They forced his label eventually to allow him to release or apply pressure, and he wasn't even one of the biggest artists on that record label. Perhaps one of the biggest rappers or most well-recognized rappers, but he wasn't doing blockbuster numbers. The one thing that's always been great for Meek Mill is he would release mixtapes, and we never saw him have problems when it came to releasing an album, since he was always popping. That's the real darkness, when an artist is falling off, not as hot as maybe they once were, unable to release music because of
How do you, oh, that was that. Oh, that was live. Oh my god.
Battle 3. Fight! Battle 4. Fight!
That got me.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely. Welcome to the stage of history retold. Soul of Boldo. Battle 1. Fight!
Hmm?
Victory goes to the left. Battle 2. Fight!
Oh my god, that. That shouldn't beat me out. What the fuck? The fuck? What?
shit actually hit me. What the fuck? What the fuck? I guess. Fucking chat. What the fuck? Oh no, I didn't get that ring out.
Fight 2.
Oh shit, he got me. Oh sick.
that stop though. Peanut! No, shut up.
Battle 2. Fight.
That shit actually. What? Explain.
Oh, let me feel my belly. Move this over there. Move, son. I'll put a minute on the front.
Battle 4. Fight. Play. Battle 1. Fight.
Oh fuck.
And I got
Battle 2. Fight.
oh, not that one.
Oh, it's clean.
I can't move this part. Get on the tower.
Mm.
Calm down a little bit. Oh, leave.
Battle 3. Fight. The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
but yet, before long the feeling's done. Perhaps I was foolish, just like a boy that prays to only see the sun. Maybe life happens like tides. 1 minute you're low and feeling.
All you've done since you've returned is dress like a damn circus freak. You whined and cried with your victim complex. You said a bunch of gobbledygook that never gets to the point. And most of all, you've taken advantage to blindside and attack me anytime I ain't looking. And you say, well, it wasn't me, my brother. It was Boy Howdy. You don't know. I know! I know who it was! I know it was you! I can hear you! I can feel you! So here's what I need you to do. I need you to put on whatever mask you need to. I need you to put on whatever costume you need to. Call yourself anything you need to so that you can walk down here and you can get stomped out! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Oh my god, the damage. That damage was fucking absurd.
Oh, Chicago, how I have missed you! But you, brother, I am sick of you. I am sick of this entire game that we keep playing, man. Here's the deal. I know you don't believe me, man, and I understand why. But I'm being honest when I tell you, you're barking up the wrong tree. I haven't touched you. And I think the ironic part is that deep down, we both know how this story ends, don't we? So, I have decided that since we both know how it ends, I'm gonna give you one more chance to deliver your message. And when I do, you better deliver it good and make it worth my while. Capiche? Come on. Oh! LA Knight attacking Wyatt. Well, don't say he didn't play Wyatt, but right now I feel that LA Knight is messing with forces he doesn't understand. What have you done? What have you done? What have you
to realize.
So, the baby faces are now in control again. Liv and Tegan are in control again. Morgan jumped off of Tegan's back, hit a code breaker. Tegan followed with the Shining Wizard, which is her Shining Wizard finish. Kai broke that up. Morgan gave Kai a sunset powerbomb to the outside on the floor. Io took out Morgan with a running drop kick coming out of nowhere. Io and Dakota Kai, they went back and forth, and they ended up, not Io and Dakota, it was, I believe, Io and Liv. So they ended up rolling on our ringside when someone, all of a sudden, came out of nowhere and attacked Tegan Knox in a hoodie. There was a woman dressed in a hoodie who took Tegan Knox out of the match completely. So Bayley's on the outside. She was getting involved. I think she threw Tegan Knox into the ring post, and she threw her into the barricade. All of a sudden, this nasty woman with a big hood, and we couldn't see her face. She attacks Tegan Knox. This allowed Sky back in the ring to hit the moonsault. 1, 2, 3, and Tegan Knox was pinned by Io, and Damage Control retains the tag team championship. Who's the mystery woman? Everybody was like, who's the mystery woman? Is it Deonna Purrazzo? Is it Chelsea Green? Is it Sonya Deville? Is it Naomi? People were claiming that it was Naomi. It actually ended up being lame, and it was Xia Li. Did we get a reason for it being Xia Li? No, we did not. WWE gave us a .com exclusive on Xia Li being unmasked by Adam Pearce in the back, and that was basically... The mysterious god of rock has revived the souls of the universe's greatest musicians. Clash for his entertainment. Revitalized with new bodies and new powers, each musician will become a contestant in a battle for musical supremacy. God of Rock uniquely blends rhythm-based gameplay with fighting game mechanics in intense 1v1 matches. First, choose from a dozen unique fighters, each with their own design, mechanics, and harmonic attacks. Next, select your stage. Each stage has its own music, and depending on the unique combination of selected characters and stage, your gameplay changes, providing a new experience every time you play.
I'll end this quick. I've got places to be.
Rhythm.